Yes, the very next example what we are going to discuss about the problem regarding the indeterminate form 0 by 0 is if limit extending to 0 sin 2x plus a sin x upon x cube is finite, then find the value of a and the limit. What they are saying over here is we have to find out the value of a. How we will be finding out the value of a? By calculating the limit, by
Limit.
calculating the value of the limit. But here when you put the limit, sine 0 is 0 and sine 2x is also 0, right? But sine 0 is also 0 and sine 2x is also 0, but 0 plus a is not giving you 0. 0 plus a is giving you a, and denominator is giving you the value as 0. But I cannot evaluate the limit unless and until it is giving you the answer as 0 by 0 form, right? So accordingly I should say that if numerator also tends to 0, the denominator should also tend to so accordingly, in this case, I will always say that limit extending to 0 sin 2x plus a sin x upon x cube. If you put the value of the limit as 0, it will be 0 plus 0 upon 0. 0 plus 0 upon 0 is taking the form as 0 by 0. Then if you take or apply the L hospital rule, what it will be? 2 into 1 plus a into 1 upon 0. So what you are getting? 2 plus a upon 0, right? Just now what I was saying is, when this is the case, denominator is tending to 0 but numerator is non-zero. But to evaluate the value, I have to express it to the form 0 by 0, and then I say that this numerator should also tend to 0 so that we can find the value. Is it clear? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand the logic behind this? The denominator is 0 for x equal to 0, and will tend fraction will tend to a finite limit if and only if numerator is also 0, because unless and until it is 0 by 0 form, I cannot find out the value of the limit. And for 0 by 0 form, numerator also should be tending to 0. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So initially in the first step for sine it was not creating a problem, but for cosine it creates a problem because cos 0 is 1 but denominator is 0. So denominator is 0 for x equal to 0. The fraction will tend to a finite limit if and only if the numerator is also 0 for x equal to 0. This requires 2 plus a equal to 0 or a is equal to minus 2. This requires 2 plus a equal to 0, that is a is equal to minus 2. Now go on simplifying. What is derivative of cos 2x? Derivative of cos 2x minus
Minus
sin
2
2x.
sin 2x.
Yes. So this is minus 4 sin 2x minus a sin 2 sin x upon 6x. We put the value of a in the last step. Right now you go on calculating with a itself, unless and until the denominator turns out to be non-zero quantity. Denominator should be non-zero. So limit extending to 0 minus 4 sin 2x minus a sin x upon 6x. Again apply L'Hospital rule, this x will be removed and put value of a as -2. That will give you the final answer of the limit as well. So we are here getting the limit value also and value of a as well. Clear? So by L'Hospital's rule, we will be simplifying. So I hope you must have got wherein we will be getting down the constant quantity in the limit and how that is to be evaluated by applying the rule. The numerator should also tend to 0 when denominator tends to 0, and likewise we will be evaluating the values of them. Right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what is the value of the answer? Why it is to be done in manner? Because unless and until it is the form 0 by 0, you cannot apply the L'Hospital rule. And if denominator is 0, numerator is non-zero, that cannot be worked. So I should assume that denominator tends to 0, hence numerator should also tend to 0, and hence you can evaluate the values appropriately. That is how it is to be done. Clear? So find we found out the value of a as -2 and limit value is equal to -1. A initially we have calculated, but after substituting the value of that a, we got the value of limit as -2. Clear? Is the point okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, there is one example where you have to find the values of a and b. Kindly note it for homework. Here we will be interested in finding out two values. Here we will be interested in finding out the two values a and b. Note down the question properly. Find a and b such that this is the homework. So find a and b such that limit extending to 0 x into 1 plus a cos x minus b sin x upon x cube is equal to 1. So in the similar fashion, if you see here, it will be 1 plus a minus b upon 0. Numerator also tends to 0. If you wish to, you can note down these earlier steps. Clear? So here in the numerator, you will get like this. So this should be a minus b is equal to -1. What does this give? A minus b will be equal to -1, and then you try to simplify it further. I hope the question pattern is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here you will be having the value of a as -5/2 and value of b comes out to be -3/2. Kindly note down. Just for your reference, kindly note down the answer as a is equal to -5/2, b is equal to -3/2. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
A is minus 5 by 2, B is minus 3 by 2. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now give the heading evaluation of the next indeterminate form, which is infinity by infinity. Evaluation of indeterminate form, infinity by infinity. The most or the fundamental indeterminate form is 0 by 0. Rest all other forms are converted to 0 by 0 and then they can be evaluated. So out of the other indeterminate forms, what we will be learning, infinity by infinity is one of them, infinity minus infinity, 0 into infinity, 1 to the power infinity, 0 to the power 0, etc. So all these are nothing but the indeterminate forms. Clear? So don't write the justification of this or explanation, just you listen to what I am saying, because we are interested in solving the examples, right? So evaluation of indeterminate form, infinity by infinity. Now how you will be getting this form infinity by infinity? When numerator tends to infinity and denominator also tends to infinity. So if I have f of x and g of x, two functions of x, such that limit extending to a f of x is infinity, limit extending to a g of x is also infinity, and limit extending to a f of x upon g of x, then this is taking the form as infinity by infinity. Now how it is to be converted to 0 by 0? I just now told you that 1 by infinity is 0. So f of x upon g of x can be written as 1 upon g of x, means in the numerator you write down reciprocal of denominator, and in the denominator you write down reciprocal of the numerator. So if you see, if you arrange them properly, it will be again convertible to f of x upon g of x. So how we can express f of x upon g of x? We can express f of x upon g of x as 1 upon g of x whole divided by 1 upon f of x. Now this will take the form 0 by 0, and by applying L'Hospital rule, I take down f dash of x upon g dash of x. So it is necessary to change infinity by infinity to the form 0 by 0. Otherwise, the process will never end except involving the logarithmic function. Because derivative of logarithm is 1 by x. Again, derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 upon x square. So in that case, I cannot disturb the term of logarithm. I will have to keep the term of logarithm as it is. This is the point which they want to highlight over here. So I hope roughly you have understood that how the form infinity by infinity is to be resolved. Whatever is the given function, we have to express them into the form of reciprocal. If not reciprocal, we try to simplify the given terms. If it is say trigonometric tan x can be written as 1 upon cot x. So if tan x is infinity, 1 upon cot x will be 1 by infinity, which turns out to be 0. That is what the ultimate aim is or motto is behind, to convert that into reciprocal or 1 upon form, because we have to anyhow get the form as 0 by 0. So always it is necessary to change infinity by infinity to the form 0 by 0. Otherwise it will never end. But take care that it should not be applicable for the log. लॉग को 1 upon log में कन्वर्ट करने में there is no point, because derivative is continuous process for logarithmic term. Derivative of log x is 1 by x, derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 upon x square, and so on. So this goes on continuously, right? So do not disturb the term of log. Other terms are to be converted in the simplified form. So we take the example. I hope this portion is clear, how to deal with infinity by infinity. So this theory is not that important to be written, just you understand it well. So evaluate limit extending to 0 log of sin x upon cot x. As I said initially, cot 0 will be infinity, sin 0 is 0, log 0 is also infinity as per the results which are available with us. So it takes the form infinity by infinity, right? log को कुछ भी डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना है, डेरिवेटिव ऑफ द डिनोमिनेटर. सो log को डिफरेंशिएट करने के बाद ही आपका डेरिवेटिव इजीली 0/0 में आ जाएगा. So whenever you are having or coming across with the term of logarithm, very first step is, rather than to convert it into 1 upon any of the term, may it be denominator, may it be numerator, just differentiate, because derivative of log x is 1 upon the function. So also here also derivative of log will give you 1 upon certain term. Once you get 1 upon certain term which is infinity, 1 by infinity is convertible to 0 directly. So initially this logarithmic term turns out to be infinity, but the moment it converts into 1 upon the term infinity, it will be termed as 0. So that is what the logic is behind not disturbing the logarithmic term. Here I am telling again and again that it is except involving logarithmic function, because logarithmic function after differentiation are converted to 1 upon. So initially it is infinity by infinity. Apply L'Hospital rule. Log of sin x is 1 upon sin x into derivative of sin x is cos x upon derivative of cot x is minus cos x square x. If you simplify, you get the answer as minus sin x into cos x, right? Minus sin x into cos x. Put the limit. Cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. What is your answer over here? What is the answer over here?
0.
0. Clear?
Yes, sir.
I hope the points are clear. How we have to go ahead with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any difficulty? So accept logarithmic function, express it into the form. Is this okay? Infinity by infinity is converted to 0/0, and then we can simplify and get the answer. Right? So what is the final answer? 0. 0 is a finite quantity, so I can say that yes, the value of limit is 0. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Take the next one. Log of x minus a upon log of e to the power x minus e to the power a. Log of x minus a upon log of e to the power x minus e to the power a. Again, if you put limit extending to a minus a is 0. Log 0 is infinity, what we have written. Right? So it takes the form infinity by infinity. Logarithm देखते बराबर first differentiate. It is automatically converted to 1 upon. Once it is converted to 1 upon, it is easily reducible to 0/0. So derivative of log of x minus a is 1 upon x minus a. Derivative of log of e to the power x minus e to the power a, 1 upon e to the power x minus e to the power a into derivative of e to the power x is e to the power x. Arrange them properly. So what I am getting the term over here is this. It is 0/0. E to the power a minus e to the power a is 0. And 0 minus a minus a is 0. E to the power x into 0 is 0. Clear? Noted
Yes,
about
sir.
this? So this is limit extending to a. Take the derivative. Derivative of numerator, derivative of denominator involves the product rule. E to the power x into x minus a plus e to the power x. So e to the power a upon e to the power a. So what is the final answer coming out as? 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I hope evaluation of limits is very simple for all, as you are all well aware of. No difficulty. Got the answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can we move ahead?
Sir, wait a minute.
Yeah.